House. Let me bring in South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace. She joins me right now. She is a member of both the House Oversight Committee and the House Armed Services Committee. Congresswoman, let me start on the budget. You voted against this continuing resolution. Why?
I did. I just want Congress to follow the law. We have a law from 1974, the Budget Impact and Control Act. It requires Congress to have a budget and 12 separate spending bills to fund the government. The deadline was October 1st, so we're already past due on that deadline to do it the right way, the legal way, because we can't expect fellow Americans to follow the law when Congress itself is unwilling to follow its own laws.
And in terms of the Biden investigation, we've spoken in the past, and you said the money that the Biden family has taken in could be all the way up to $50 million. I know that you and your colleagues have identified $20 million that have gone through these 20 shell companies, ultimately getting to accounts of Biden family members. What can you tell us about that $50 million that you discussed with me a couple of weeks ago on Mornings with Maria on Fox Business?
Well, it's everywhere. The SARS reports or the suspicious activity reports we saw at the Treasury, the amount of money we're talking about is astronomical. It would blow your mind to know how our country was sold out. And if you sell out your country, it's not going to end well if the Oversight Committee is investigating. And so that investigation, that inquiry continues, and I expect that you will see firsthand accounts and witnesses coming before the Oversight Committee in the weeks and months ahead.
Now, you've said that you want to subpoena the bank records of Joe Biden. The chairman of your committee, Oversight Committee, James Comer, has already subpoenaed some of that. What do you need to come up with or look at to confirm your findings and your suspicions here?
Well, we want to show as much evidence as possible because the left and the mainstream media, they want to hide it under the rug and pretend it doesn't exist. But it needs to be overwhelming. We need to show and connect all of the dots and how Joe Biden got paid, because we know he got paid through text messages and emails, accounts from Hunter Biden. We know that that exists, and it's connecting the dots for the American people, because don't trust us. I want the American people to trust the evidence.
Now, the Democrats keep saying that there's no direct line of money going directly to Joe Biden, and that's what they keep going back to. You saw what happened after the impeachment inquiry hearing this week. The Democrats were all in saying there's nothing here, there's no evidence. So tell me about that in terms of connecting a specific dot to Joe Biden.
Yeah, well, the first day of the inquiry was just to have experts in tax law, constitutional law, investigations to show a baseline of what is legal and what is illegal behavior. In the future, in our next hearings, we will have firsthand witnesses and whistleblowers coming through to show that direct evidence. We do know that Hunter Biden got back pay for working with China while Joe Biden was president. Joe Biden and all of his friends and allies in the White House have denied that point. I made that point on Thursday with actual evidence. We know that Hunter Biden complained that half of his salary went to his father. And we know that he only got these deals from China, Russia, Ukraine, Romania because of his father, because of his relationship in selling that access to Joe Biden. And so this does not end well for the Biden family.
Well, this is very dangerous. We have talked about communist China and its goals over and over again. The CCP wants to overtake the United States as the #1 superpower. Gordon Chang says that they want to go to war with the United States. And we're all wondering why Joe Biden's policies on China have been so soft. Have you been able to identify specific policy decisions that Joe Biden made, like canceling the China initiative, like, allowing thousands of Chinese companies to trade on U.S. exchanges and not follow the rules of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the same auditing rules that every other public company has to follow? Have you been able to identify specific policy decisions that Joe Biden made that he was paid for?
I have not had the ability to research that. I've been looking more at the LLCs, the bank records, all of the lies that Joe Biden has told, and what evidence we have so far in meetings, dinners, appointments, White House records, et cetera, phone messages, text messages, emails, et cetera, connecting the dots with Joe Biden. We will get there, obviously, but we have to connect the dots with the financial records and then show what policy decisions were made. We know that Ukraine, he withheld, money from from Ukraine, a bribery, until Shokin was fired. And so that's one example with Ukraine that's very obvious, but we have to show the bank records first and the financial records before we show the policy decisions that came with it. We got to connect all of those dots together.
I've got to say, Congresswoman, it feels like the evidence at this point is overwhelming. How much more time do you need to impeach Joe Biden?
Well, I'm a due process person. I want to hear from every witness, every whistleblower. I really want to hear from the bookkeeper, Maria, and how these records were hidden, how the money was laundered, and how Joe Biden got paid.
All right, we will leave it there. We'll be watching your work, Congresswoman. Important work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.